Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 247 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Austin Pugh, and today we have a really special house. It is over in the Bird Streets adjacent, and it's 7315 Caillet, been remodeled, Austin limestone. You definitely want to stick around as we give you a walkthrough of this home.
And in our second segment today, we're going to talk about what do you need a permit for?
There's a lot that people question on that one.
There really is.
So lots of good information. We'll have links for you that'll be in the comments below as we begin to talk. Also, what we like to do is share with you things that we find that are both trends and also helpful. And the first one is a project that is, I would think, would be an amazing one. This is a double-sided fireplace.
I do too. This, I can think of a lot of people's backyards that this would go really well in.
I think it would go in Adrian's backyard.
Yeah, that would do really well. That would be a really cool kind of backstop, you know, before you get over to the fence.
Does he have a gas line close by?
Yeah. Yes, gas line runs right through there.
We should do it. Okay, stay tuned. We actually may do this. This is a really interesting, I think the overall concept of it is excellent. I like the fact that the wood is there on the side. And overall, I think it has a nice look to it. I've never seen it before, so kudos to this one. The second thing that we thought was really interesting, I'm always kind of the guy that likes things hidden. Countertops are always clean. And this is a great way to hide a TV.
Paper towels are always put away.
Always. And this is a great way to hide that TV. This interior designer came up with a way to use antique mirror, bifold doors, and TV goes behind. I think it's a really smart idea. I did read the comments though, and there were some people who they liked it, but had some interesting comments about it, about how it might reflect. So I think we were talking about earlier, if it had the ability to like cascade back in, and that way you wouldn't see it, I think it would be even better. But overall, I love this.
Yeah, it was okay. And what's the last one we're going to talk about?
Halloween lights.
Oh, Halloween lights. Yeah, this was really interesting. So this is a company that does LED lights for the outside of the house. They come in a box. They're run on an app. They are plugged in. They're really interesting, though. I have a very similar set that I bought a couple of years ago at Christmas and put up. And it's got a bunch of, pre-programmed stuff in it. I could actually see somebody using these year round.
Oh, 100%, because I think if you were like, say that you wanted to do Easter, you can make them go into pastels. If you wanted to do gay pride, there's that. If you wanted to show support for Ukraine, you could do the Ukrainian flag colors. Lots of abilities in this. Yeah. And if you actually go to their website, I thought the interesting thing about the website is that when you look at what other categories they have, as far as gaming, wall decor, and bedrooms, super smart. And right now, I think they're running 40 or 45% off on Halloween lights.
Oh, wow. And
as you said, Halloween lights can be all year round. So take a look at these. If you dress up your house, let us know. Send us pictures. We'd love to see what you come up with.
Well, let's jump into Market Watch.
So this is the time. What we like to do is take and strip away all the hype, get away with all the nationals, and just look at Dallas County in the last 7 days and talk about what is happening here and drill down.
And we compare this week to week. We can do this for any neighborhood, any area, any zip code you want. But in all of Dallas County last week, the coming soon listings, which is an optional first status coming into MLS, those were down 21%. There were still 47 of them in Dallas County, and new active listings were down about 12%. And there were still 443 new active listings coming in. The first status for a house that goes under contract is called the option period. And those were up 16% last week to 267.
And then what happens is that the next status is called pending, and this is when we're out of the option period. And this is actually moving closer and closer towards the closing. And this is actually up 16% to 136 in the last 7 days. And then solds, that's also going to be up 10%, up 23 over last week to 259. And we also like to talk about what's happening as far as rates right now. And so we actually pull this data from optimalblue.com. It'll give you the conforming rates right now is what we're quoting, and that's 7.598%. One of the great things about this website, though, is that it actually has FHA, jumbo, and then it also allows you to track and see what has happened historically. So lots of strong information to help you make the best buying decision for you and your loved ones.
Sound like a commercial for Optimal Blue.
Well, if they want to sponsor us, we tag them in our next one. Let's see if we can get some sponsorship. That would be amazing. So again, this house is 7315 Caillet, and this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car garage. Amazing and move-in ready.
It is a beautiful home. Great location. I live about 4 or 5 blocks from there. Absolutely love living in this area. There are outdoor opportunities if you want to get out and walk. There's some really cool neighborhoods around here. It has such great access to both Love Field and DFW. Love Field is a $10 Uber ride from my home. Getting home, it's more expensive because the airports have started charging Uber more just to come into the airport. I think my last ride home, I paid $26.
Really?
Yeah, it was kind of a surprise.
Now, going east and west is also super easy from your neighborhood because you have Lovers,
Yep.
you have Lemon, you have Mockingbird, and then north and south, if you don't want to get on the toll road, you've got Inwood, Marsh, great accessibility.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can get really anywhere you want to go. I'm very, very convenient to the hospital district. If you have any kind of business at UT Southwestern, Parkland, Zell Lipshe, Ashton, any of those medical facilities there, it's a super convenient neighborhood for you.
So let's tell them about some of the things that we love in this area.
So one of the things that we like in this area is Empire Bakery, and this is over on Lovers Lane, not very far. It's a walking distance to this home. And Empire Bakery started back in 1992. They started kind of small. They started in a store shop down on Oaklawn Avenue near where the Eatsies down there is now. And then a few years later, a chef out of Houston joined them, and they really expanded their business. And so they run a large kitchen somewhere that I do not know where that is, but they have Empire Bakery stores. I don't know, is this the only? Okay, anyway, go ahead.
There's 2 of them, and one of them is just in the area. The great thing about this one is at 9 o'clock, the commissary truck delivers all their goods for the morning, and they have the best chicken salad. With or without bread, I'm always going to do it with bread because they actually make such good bread. Mm-hmm. During the holidays, you can actually reserve, and I would highly encourage you to do that because it's so great, whether it's for challah or for its Thanksgiving. Excellent, excellent. But very seasonal as well. Also in this neighborhood, once you're done having a wonderful sandwich, head over to Sweat Gym. This is just around the corner from here. Lots going on. This is a great neighborhood gym. There's a lot to do here. They actually have really great training, classes, and they have plenty of free weights. So if it's free weights and mechanical, this is what you're looking for. It is a great place to get in and get out.
Cool. Love that.
Yep.
And then the last place we wanted to talk about is the St. Michael's Market. And this is a true farmer's market that happens at St. Michael's Episcopal Church right off of Douglas. And they are food vendors, fruits, vegetables. They have jellies and peanuts and all kinds of things that you normally find at a farmer's market. They have finished their weekly farmers markets for this year. They are doing a Halloween event there at the church where it's kind of Saturday, October 28th. And then they also do a holiday market that is down at Clyde Warren Park, and that's going to be on Saturday, December 9th.
Yep, so great places. That's a little tongue twister right there, wasn't it? But you got it. All right, let's jump into 7315 Caillet. This is just over 2,000 square feet. One of my favorite things about this house is how well this house has been renovated. It is an Austin limestone, which is really not as common as you would think, but they've done a great job of finding this house. It had the limestone that was actually cut into the rectangles versus in freeform, which I think is a lot more clean line look.
It is, and it's got the normal front porch there that's been cleaned up very, very nicely. They poured some extra flat work on the front, recreated the steps. This little pop out did not seem like that big a deal on the front of the house. No. I thought, oh, well, why did they do that? And you walk inside, and it has such an impact on the flow and the ability of furniture arrangement, art arrangement, and it's tremendous light.
Spacing was really smart in here. They've really done a great job. They refinished all the floors, and they've done it in a really great, we jokingly call it Preston Hollow Brown. Walls are also a nice finish, not a heavy orange peel. One of the things that's characteristic in homes of this era is the arching, and they've actually recreated these and kept the ones that were already there. And that just kind of gives you that nod back. As you transition from a nice living room, you go into the dining room shelving on either side. And this is a reverse look back into where we just came in from the front door. Again, Jeff was mentioning great windows and light. One of the things that we love is that the actual windows have been all replaced, which is both great for energy efficiency and also for sound.
And this home also has a new HVAC system that is going to keep it very, very comfortable for you. This kitchen is really laid out so well. I believe those are Substone countertops, single undermount sink, new stainless steel appliances, gas range, lots of built-ins. If you see right there, they were very smart to not take up all of that bar space for more seating than you would probably ever use, but actually created extra drawers.
But I also like the fact that the space for the bar stool slides in deep enough that that is a pathway, and you're able to get the bar stools completely out of the way so that you can actually get to a second living area. And this is at the back of the house, and again, great light, easy wall right there for if you wanted to place a TV there. As you can see from this angle, it pitches really great back into the living room. One of the things that I think is amazing is just how well the house seems to flow. And I think we go back over time and time again is when the floors are all done so well. It just kind of makes them seamless and it works so well together.
Central hall plan. This is one of the front bedrooms. It's a guest room. This is the hallway bath that those two bedrooms would share. And they did such a great job in this bathroom using the right tile, the right patterns. And here is where the master bedroom pops up.
Great size. It was really unexpected how large that was. And then you transition into the master bathroom, 2 sinks, step-in shower with full glass, and it has a wonderful walk-in master bathroom. Some of the elements of this I thought that they really focused on were the sconce lights and also having the mirror away from the wall. Just overall a great job. We don't have pictures of it, but the actual utility room is spectacular. Full-size washer and dryer, sink. It is all well done in this house. And we keep saying move-in ready. I think the only thing you need to do is actually put in window treatment if you wanted to.
And this is the back porch. You come out to a little bigger than Juliet style balcony there that has steps down, and they have brought some crushed granite or pea gravel in to give you a little bit of a landing space there and have some outdoor seating. The new driveway and flatwork goes all the way out to the 1-car garage. Lots of room for addition back there if you want. So this is 7315 Caillet Street, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1-car garage, built in 1947, a little over 2,000 square feet, priced at $875, and that is $426 a square foot.
And we want to say thank you so much to Jed Dipprey and also Lauren Payne for allowing us to feature this home. Now, one of the things we like to do is actually provide the link in the comments that you can click on. That way you can look at the pictures at your own pace and you can zoom in and out on that map. Share it with friends and family if they might be interested in it. But if you'd like to take a look at it, let us know and we'd be happy to make that happen.
And with that, we'll be right back. Did you know there are a lot of ways you can keep up with us? For starters, every Wednesday at noon, we host Sold with Updike Pugh, live from our Facebook and YouTube channels. Our show is dedicated to featuring some of the best homes in the Dallas market and about sharing timely information about market trends. But don't worry if you miss the show, because you can always listen to them on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify.
Still want more? Follow us on Instagram, where you get a first-hand look at what it's like to be a realtor. And it's not always previewing homes for clients or getting them ready to go live in MLS. Lastly, visit our website and you'll be able to create a custom home search tailored specifically to your wants and needs that's timely and accurate. Whether it's square foot, location, or the neighborhood, we have you covered.
If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, we can help with that too. Just visit homeprice.fyi, enter a few pieces of information like your home address, and we'll email you a price. When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.
Hi everybody, welcome to the second segment, episode 247 of Sold with Updike Pugh. I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today we thought we'd talk about when do you need a permit? This is the question that we get asked quite often, and as homeowners there is a couple of things to kind of point out is that a lot of times your vendors, handyman, will point out that they don't need to pull a sub or a permit, or that it's cheaper if they don't. But it's not always the case, because there is also a seller's disclosure that you'll be filling out when you sell. One of the questions is, have the permits been pulled for work that was required?
And you have to disclose if you know that there was work done without a permit that needed to be permitted.
That is correct.
And it's not the end of the world if you've already done that. It's not the end of the world, but we also want you to, if you haven't done that before, this is the reason not to do it in the future.
So we found a really great PDF that kind of talks about when, where, and why. And this is a quick and easy definition, so I'm just going to read it. It says, any entity must obtain a master permit when they erect, construct, enlarge, add to, repair, replace, improve, remove, install, convert, equip, or occupy, maintain a structure or building, service equipment. I feel like a lawyer wrote that.
I would bet the city attorney wrote that.
So that's kind of like in the nutshell, but then what I thought was even a better clarifier is when you don't need a permit, because that there was jargon to me.
That part does make it a little bit easier, because this talks about when you don't need a permit to stop leaks in pipes. You don't need a permit for fences that are not serving as a pool enclosure, not over 4 feet in the front yard and not over 6 feet elsewhere. You do not need a permit for storm windows. You do not need it for rain gutters. You do not need it for insulation. And if you need to rebuild retaining walls that are no higher than 4 foot, counting from the foot grade to the top.
Now here was an interesting one that I thought. It said 1-story detached accessory structures less than 200 square feet without utilities.
Yeah.
That utility thing is the kicker.
Yeah.
But then again, they're just going to come out and check that. One of the things that people don't always realize is that when you do sprinklers do require a permit being pulled. And that is because there are certain sidewalks that will separate a grassy area that needs to be maintained and watered. And they also require that all foundations are also watered here in Texas or in Dallas. So it changes from municipality to municipality.
Yeah, absolutely. The city of Dallas has been struggling since the pandemic. They were struggling before the pandemic because there were so many people moving here and there was so much activity that was ramping up, and then you throw the pandemic on top of it, and it really caused chaos at City Hall, to the point that many builders said, we're not going to build in Dallas any longer because it would take them 9 months to get a building permit issued.
You can't. Time is money.
Yeah, time is money to builders, and they pass that on to the ultimate buyer of the home when they can. But if at some point it's too much, and a buyer's not going to buy that house. So we did want to. They have gotten better. They've gotten better control over it, and they put out this infographic that we're going to show. That they do this monthly, and it shows like the progress that they're making. So this is the 2023 highlights. New single-family dwelling permits received. There were 202 of those received in September. 180 were actually issued. Yes, that is a little bit of a lag, but it's very possible that the month before they, issued 40 more than were came in the door. Additions, if you wanted to do an addition onto your home, there were 87 of those permits issued last month. And if you're doing a full remodel, there were 77 of those permits issued. And
then what I think is interesting, they talk about number of days, and I believe they're talking about number of days for the turnaround. And their median is 4 days on some of these, which is really great, and that should not interfere with typical building calendar.
Yeah.
So these are really great numbers. I think they're doing a good job. Let's hope that they keep this moving forward. One of the things we're going to do is actually put the original construction permit introduction on the link in the comments. That way you can actually see where you actually need to go to actually pull a permit. And they also have some tips and tricks that you should look through so that when you get there, that it's a lot smoother and your application is more likely to be approved on site.
And let's link that to the web page on the city website, so in case it changes at all, or if any of these, that'll be a dynamic link. So.
Well, look at Jeff, just thinking on the spot, throwing it back to Zach on.
Well, we hope you've enjoyed this.
Well, thanks for joining us. And just remember, we want to be realtors for life.
When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.